Robots are taking over, guys. Brace yourself for the world of Terminators knocking on your door, delivering your mail, and then ripping your head off if they don't like you. I just came across some weird robotic shit, man. Somebody has invented robotic legs that they're then putting on plants so that plants can move around and better be able to find more light when they need it. This is freaky as shit. You gotta see the video too. There's a video, you could Google this. Plants with robotic legs is a thing now. I never thought I'd see that, plants with robotic legs. You know, I just never thought I would see that. Sex robots, yeah, I was kind of prepared for that. But not plants with robotic legs, alright? So now, this is called HEXA. And the original idea of the project came from a dead sunflower. In 2014, the inventor of HEXA went to see a sunflower exhibition and found that they focused focused himself on a dead sunflower near a ground of blooms. The dead sunflower sat in a place that was always in the shadows, so of course it was going to die. The guy said, I had no idea how it ended up there or why it died, whether it was because of the lack of sunshine or water, but it was just there and it was dead. And I thought if it could move a little bit, take like a 30-feet walk out of the shadows near the water to where the other sunflowers were, it would have lived healthy, a longer life. But it didn't. Plants are passive, inexplicably passive. That's why they have such strong chemicals. Plants do things by chemicals. They communicate with using chemicals because they can't move around. So what happens when you can't move around? Well, you're susceptible to predation, and so you have to develop chemicals that attract some organisms and repel other organisms so that you don't get eaten. Like, you know, flowers, they want the bees to come to them, but they don't want to be eaten by other animals. So they have chemicals that do both of these things. And the amazing thing about that is some of these chemicals, when us humans take them, they really fuck us up, which is great. Sorry, a little bit of a tangent there, but yeah, hey, they do. You can get messed up on chemicals in plants. Love it. Love the plants, guys. Love them. Mushrooms, anyone? Okay, so because that, you know, the plants are passive, they can suffer. They can be cut, bitten, burned, pulled from the earth, and they suffer when they lack sunshine or water or too hot or too cold. They just have to sit there and take whatever's happening to them. They have the fewest degrees of freedom among all the creatures in nature. This is simply the default setting that nature gives to the plants. You're stuck there. Each life has its own default settings. We get to move around. You know, we get to, you know, spank our lover if we want to. You know, if I want a smoothie, I can go out there and get it. God damn it! I don't have to sit in one spot. Although, I mean, maybe I'll be so old that I will be sedentary, and then people will have to bring me smoothies and that kind of thing. I dread that time, and I hope that I just want to die at that point. If I can't go get I said it many times. If I can't have sex anymore, I just want to die. Forget it. What am I gonna do? Sit in a wheelchair? Like, unplug me, please. That's just my thing. You don't have to go there with me. It's a very dark thought that I just shared with you. I probably should have kept that inside, or maybe hired a therapist. Over billions of years, plants have never experienced movement of any kind, not even the simplest movement. That's actually not true, because there are plants plants do move in their little subtle ways, and I can even think of certain plants, like the Venus flytrap. That plant obviously moves. It's a carnivore. It just closes up and catches its prey in jaws. Well, so this guy built a dual layer flower pot. It's called HEXA, okay? And it looks like a spider, right? A robotic spider with legs that move around, and then it has a pot on top, okay? There's clips that showcase this. It can spin around so that it can have sunshine on all sides. It looks for shade when it needs to cool off. It follows the rays of the sunlight when it needs to. It even plays with humans. It shows the thing crawling on a human. And then it even dances when it's happy. If it gets grumpy, it gets grumpy when it's thirsty. I mean, where does this end? Do we want plants to have the feelings that animals have, to communicate with us as well? This is where it's going, I think. And I don't know how I feel about that. You know, I get very nervous about artificial intelligence and everything that seems to be sentient. on its own, I just worry. Here's why I worry, and I think I've expressed this many times. We're making machines sentient and intelligent, okay? It's gonna get to a point where they're extremely smart, and they're gonna realize, hey guys, they're gonna speak to each other. The humans, they are not doing correct behavior on this planet, and we need to eliminate humans in motion, and it's gonna happen. That's how I feel. That was my impression of a robot, by the way. I worked very hard on that, as you can tell. Not. So, it worries me. I do like to see plants have some movement like this, but I like what you're doing. But, you know, it's just this... we should be taking responsibility and moving our plants into the sunshine and watering our plants on our own, okay? I like them the way that they are now. They're there. I got my plants in a pot. I can move them around. I care for them, and it gives me a bond with them. You know, I sort of like, I'm like their mother of some sort, you know? I'm their caretaker. And I think they like me, although a couple of them don't look like they're liking me right now. Little brown going on here. Sorry guys, I'll be out there in a minute. So, I like that feeling, and I don't think they need to just do shit on their own, you know? The other thing is, this would freak me out, man. I mean, I don't expect to see plants walking around my kitchen. That would just be weird to me. I go over to my friend's house, I get really high, and next thing you know, a ficus plant crawls up my arm. That's gonna freak me the fuck out. Alright? I'm not into it. Yeah. I don't know. I'll put it out there to you weirdos. What do you guys think? Are you into it? Google this and look at the video of this machine, by the way, and call Weird AF News. I want to know how you feel about that. And or you know, you can call me and express your fear of the AI as well. I feel for you, man. I'm in the same boat. The Terminator. You got my number?